Good afternoon, everyone. If you can hear my voice, we are about to feed the penguins inside the June Keys penguin habitat. This is the second of 3 feeds of the day for our birds. They are getting pretty excited. I can hear them braying. That's one of the ways that they communicate. They can sound like donkeys when they get really excited and are communicating with each other. So in just a minute, I will enter the habitat and start feeding. Depending on how hungry our birds are, I might not be able to talk to you as I'm feeding. We do log every single fish that these guys eat. And everyone has already had at least one fish today, but they're a little bit more on the hungry side. They're getting ready for their yearly breeding season. So right before that, they actually eat a little bit more. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. Miss Lily is usually the first at the bucket, and here she is now, followed by her mom, Roxy. Roxy and Floyd have actually had 7 out of the 13 chicks that have hatched here at the aquarium. They do mate for life. And I will get back on the mic once I get some of our birds fed, but I wanted to give you guys a chance to get on out here and watch our birds eat. If you're just joining us, we're in the middle of feeding our Magellanic penguins. This is the second of 3 feeds of the day for our birds. This is kind of like a nice little snack. Not everybody usually eats at this feed. They're getting 2 types of fish, restaurant quality herring and capelin, although herring tends to be a little bit more of a favorite for most of our birds. Capelin is the smaller fish. This here is a herring that I'm feeding Shim. You're looking at 23 Magellanic penguins. They breed once a year. We're kind of at the end of our migration time. That's what they do the most time. They spend most of their time in the water. And they get a little bit more shy. You can see they're starting to break out of that shy mode and get back into their bold personalities. We do hand feed everybody and record every single fish that they eat. Looks like Fisher's pretty hungry. There we go. We have had 13 chicks hatch here. Four of our birds were rescued from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. That's pretty far north from where you typically find them. You usually find them in Chile and Argentina. So they were deemed what we call unreleasable, meaning they aren't able to go back to their natural habitat, but they make a very good home in a protected environment. So that started off our colony, and then we got some birds from other facilities, and we soon had our own chicks. I am feeding our oldest bird. Her name is Whatever, and she is 17 years old. She only eats capelin, and she tends to only eat them if I kind of toss them in a sideways motion to her. Our birds do have different personalities, and they all eat a little bit different. Some will only eat herring, some will only eat capelin. Mr. Robbie there is waiting for a herring to be delivered to him. And Astaire decided he really didn't want a capelin. Our birds do breed late March. That's when the males go ahead and start making nests for their females. If they were in their natural habitat, they would arrive on the beach about 3 weeks prior to the females to get ready for that breeding season and find a good nesting site. If you're curious as to what their natural habitat looks like, if you look at the graphic on the wall by the penguin statues, that's modeled after Chile in Puni Hill, one of the breeding sites for these guys. And they do mate for life. Not all of our birds are paired up though yet. There's still time for them to find love here in the June Keys penguin habitat. But we are a part of an SSP, or species survival plan. So we do trade these birds to different facilities. So they might not spend their whole lives here. But there is somebody that keeps very close track of their genetics. So if they're suggesting a bird goes to another facility, it's because they want to make sure the genetics get a nice variety. We don't want to keep having the same birds reproduce, especially if they're related to each other or something like that. So we keep very close track of their genetics. And that pretty much goes for almost every animal that's in a protected environment. I am almost out of fish. I actually only have one capelin left. I did not think these guys were going to be that hungry. But don't worry, they do get fed again. And everyone has had at least 3 fish today, so we are in good shape. Thank you guys so much for watching our penguins get fed. I'll be back out here at about 3:30 to give them their last meal of the day. But I think they're going to be pretty hungry after they ate all of that food. They eat about 5 to 7 herring a day and about 10 to 15 capelin a day if they only eat herring or capelin. But you're taking a look at 23 Magellanic penguins, native to South America. So they don't need ice or snow to survive. If you were here earlier, we were actually diving the exhibit and making sure it got nice and clean, so you're getting a nice view of it at the moment. If you want to get up close and personal with our penguins, we do offer penguin encounters 3 days a week, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Gives you an opportunity to get up close and personal with one of our amazing birds. But I do want to thank you guys for supporting the aquarium, because we are a nonprofit organization, so your paid admission is going right back to these animals to give them the care that they need. Thank you guys so much, and enjoy the rest of your day here at the aquarium.